Guys, please confirm to me. All of you got my voice on screen. Those who are attending in online. Guys, please confirm to me. All of you got my voice on screen. Those who are attending in online. Guys, please confirm to me. All of you got my voice on screen. Those who are attending in online. Am I audible? Right. Good morning, guys. And check it what we completed in the last session. Right, sir. In the last session, I think so. We are discussing about Java features. In Java features, some topics already we completed there. What topics here we understood? First of all, to describe the nature of Java programming language, Java has provided the following features. What are the various features that Java has provided here? Simple, object-oriented, platform-independent, architectural neutral, portable, robust, dynamic, secure, multi-threaded, distributed, interpretive, and high performance. These are overall features what you are having clearly. Out of all these things, we understood already Java is a simple programming language. How Java is a simple programming language is because of three reasons. Java has, alright, Java applications will take less execution time, less memory. Java has removed all the confusion-oriented features like pointers, multiple inheritance, and so on. Then Java is using the very simplified syntaxes when compared with other programming languages. So because of this reason, Java is what there a simple programming language. Next one is object-oriented. Java is an object-oriented programming language. Why? Because Java allows to represent data in the form of objects. Java allows to represent data in the form of like what there objects as per the object-oriented features. So Java is what there an object-oriented programming language. Java is a platform independent programming language. Why? Because Java allows its applications to perform compilation is on one operating system and execution is on another operating system. Architectural neutral. Java is an architectural neutral programming language. Why? Because it allows its applications to compile on one hardware system and execution is on what there another hardware system. Portable. Java is a portable programming language. Why? Because Java allows its applications to execute under all the operating systems under all the hardware systems without having changes in Java applications. Without having changes in Java applications, we can change program execution from one operating system to another operating system, one hardware system to another hardware system. Then because of that reason, the Java is what there is a portable programming language. Clear? All of you observe carefully. The next point here, what I'm telling to you know, a robust programming language. Very simple to understand this. Observe carefully. Before understanding Java and its robustness, before that, first we have to understand what is robust programming language. What is the meaning of robust programming language? First, we have to analyze this point. Clear? Very simple. Try to understand it. No. If any programming language is very good at memory management system and at exception handling mechanisms, two things. If any programming language is very good at memory management system and exception handling mechanisms, then that programming language is a robust programming language. Clear? Two things. What are the two things? No, memory management system. Second one is what their exception handling mechanisms. Now I'm telling to you, Java is a robust programming language. Java is a robust programming language. Why? Because reason number one, observe carefully. Java has a very good memory management system. Java has a very good memory management system. How and what memory management system is there inside the Java? How it is very good memory management system? I'm giving point. Java uses heap memory management system. Java uses what memory management system? Heap memory management system. What is this memory management system actually? It is a dynamic memory management system. Dynamic memory management system. What is the meaning of dynamic memory management system? At runtime, it allocates and deallocates memory for the objects as per the JVM requirement. It allocates and deallocates memory for the objects at runtime as per the JVM requirement, as per the application requirement. If your application required an object, heap memory management system is ready to create an object. If your application doesn't require an object, it is ready to deallocate memory for the objects. Either it can allocate and it can deallocate. Both operations are possible for what their memory management system. But this entire allocation and deallocation is going on at what time? Not at compilation time, at a runtime. No memory wastage. As per the requirement only memory will be allocated. Please remember this. If it is a static memory allocation, with or without the requirement, first memory will be allocated. Get my point on it? First memory will be allocated. So once memory is allocated, it may be used, may not be used. If it is used, okay, well and good. If it is not used, it's a waste of the memory. Get my point on it? Say for example, at compilation time, we allocated 1 GB of memory, for example. Out of this 1 GB of memory, if we use only like some MBs of memory there, then the remaining part of the memory is wastage or not? Understand it clearly, But if it is a dynamic memory allocation, what is going to be happen? Now I don't require 1 GB of memory. At present, I require only 25 MB of memory. Yes, it will allocate up to the 25 MB only. Understand it clearly, So dynamic memory management system is always effective memory management system when compared with the static memory management system. Unfortunately, other programming languages like C and C++, they're following static memory allocation. Fortunately, Java is following what the dynamic memory management system. That is what their heap memory management system. Sir, got it or not? Fine, sir. So Java has a very good memory management system in the form of heap memory management system. What is this heap memory management system? It is a dynamic memory management system. Dynamic memory management system. It allocates and deallocates memory for the objects at a runtime. That's it. Because of this reason, we can conclude that Java has a very good memory management system. Due to this reason, we can conclude that Java is a robust programming language. Point number one. Java is a robust programming language because of one reason is what there. Java has a very good memory management system in the form of heap memory management system. It is a dynamic memory management system. It allocates and deallocates memory for the objects at runtime as per the application requirement. That's it. Leave this one, Kirno. As per the application requirement. All right, sir. Now coming to the reason number two. Observe carefully. Reason number two. Okay, understand it. Reason number two. Java has very good exception handling mechanisms. The second one is what there? Java has very good exception handling mechanisms. So here, what is the meaning of very good exception handling mechanisms? What is the meaning of very good exception handling mechanisms? Observe carefully. What is the point here I'm telling to you know? First of all, what is an exception? What is an exception? What is the meaning of exception handling? Okay. How Java is very good at exception handling mechanisms, that we are going to understand now. Simple examples I'm able to specify. Now try to understand it clearly. First of all, let us understand what is an exception. Simple example, very simple example. Put concentration here. For example, I'm taking classes to you. I'm taking the Java classes. At 8:45, I used to start your class. By 10 o'clock, I'm going to stop your classes in general. Okay, startup time is what there? 8:45. And ending time is what there? Right at 10 o'clock. 8:45 to 10 o'clock. This is what we are having. Okay. For example, you are coming to the class at 8:45. At 8:45, I started this class. Okay. Going on. This class are going on. Unfortunately, unexpectedly, in the middle of the class, on around at 9:30, we have a power failure. When power failure was happened, my projectors are not working. My internet connection is also not working. So of course, my system has some battery backup up to maybe half an hour. I can manage it, but still, then there is no possibility to run our class. Got it or not? Do you expect this particular thing? Do you expect this, that power failure is going to be happen, so today class is not going to be happen in the middle? Do you expect this every day? This is unexpected situation or not? That unexpected situation, what it is providing to us, no, that unexpected situation is it terminating our class or not? Then by the time if power failure was happened, then what I have to do? Just I have to terminate the class on that day. Then the remaining part I have to cover on tomorrow. Am I right or not? So that because of this unexpected thing, I have to terminate the class. Understand my point here? Similarly, this unexpected thing, unexpected event is called an exception. Unexpected thing is called what there? An exception. What it causes? This unexpected thing causes middle termination of my class. Middle termination of my class is nothing but what? Abnormal termination. Am I right or not? Smooth termination, abnormal termination. Terminating our class in the middle is called as what? Abnormal termination. Terminating the session at the end is called as what there? Smooth termination. Is that get my point or not? So unexpected thing is happened. It causes abnormal termination of our class. This is what exactly the meaning of exception. Now technical definition I'm telling you. Now try to understand the technical definition. Okay. The technical definition is like what there? Exception is a runtime error while running the class, power failure. While executing the program, unexpected thing is happened. Unexpected event is happened while executing the program. That is called as an exception. What exceptions causes? It causes abnormal termination of the program. Means that middle termination of the program. It is not continuing in the next ending point. It is in the terminated in the middle of the application. So this is called as an exception. Is that got it or not? Okay, fine. We understood clearly what is an exception. Runtime error causes abnormal termination to the application. This is called as an exception. Clear. Definitely in the enterprise application development, exceptions are able to provide abnormal termination. That abnormal terminations of the programs are able to provide serious problems. We cannot ignore it. You may not think of, say for example, the same example I'm telling there. One day power failure is happened, class is terminated, I can say to the student, today power failure is happened, no class today. Okay, you may agree that it's unexpected thing, even that's not in my hand also. Going on good. After 2 days of time, again power failure was happened. Again I given information. Today also power failure was happened. 2 days back power failure and today also power failure. There's a summer season, for example. Okay, second day also we convinced, no problem. Again after 2 days, the same situation is repeated. Then third time you may think about it. Third time you may think about it, definitely. Again, 2 more times it is happen. You may get irritation. Next 2 more times, you may get bad view about Durgasoft. Arey yaar, it's a continuously power failure is going on. Why you are not handling this situation? How many classes you have to be cancelled? Next level, you may not refer any student to Durgasoft. Example, definitely, you may not refer any student to Durgasoft. Automatically, Durgasoft is in a losses or not? Durgasoft may be collapsed or not? Think of it. If it is a case, if it is going on continuously. In the same way, in an enterprise application, if an application is terminated abnormally continuously, that abnormal termination is going on continuously, what developer has to do? Then developer has to think about the solution for it or not. Even though abnormal termination is available, but you should not get serious problems. Okay, for example, if it is an abnormal termination for a program, what serious problems we are able to get? That's my question. What really the problems we are able to get? Serious problems there. If we think about this point here, answer is very clear. Maybe your local operating system may be crashed out. Maybe your network may be hanged out. If it is a server-side program, maybe your server may be down now. If it is a database-related application, your database may be collapsed. Understand my point here now? So if it is a network-based application, your network may be hanged out in the middle. So these many serious problems are coming. Because of one program, abnormal termination may stop that complete enterprise application or not. It may stop that complete enterprise application or not. So this type of problems here we are able to get because of this abnormal terminations. So to avoid these problems, what we have to do now? Continuous power failure is going on at Durgasoft. As an organizer, what I have to do? Then my solution in hand is what there? Immediately, 1 or 2 times I will wait. Okay, first time power failure is happened, I can convince the student. Second time power failure is happened, I can convince the students. But third time I cannot convince the students. Immediately I have to go for some alternative. What alternative? Here we are going to provide there. Immediately I have to provide one power backup system. Inverters I can arrange, or generator I have to arrange. Immediately I have to provide what there? One power backup system immediately. That is an organizer first responsibility. As an organization of Durgasoft, as an organizer of Durgasoft, I must provide immediate solution for it. If it is continuously the same problem is going on, immediately I have to provide one power backup system. When I provide this power backup system, when a minute and the moment when power failure is happen, immediately my power backup system has to be started. It has to provide power to the entire classroom. If it is a case now that classes are going on without having interruption or not, where we are able to get very good service or not, there automatically Durgasoft fame will be increased or not. Similarly, in our enterprise application, if any program is terminated abnormally, it's going on continuously, being the developer, I must provide some solution. I must go for some mechanism to recover from that particular problem. We have to provide some solution for it. Now, to provide solutions for this particular thing, we have to go for exception handling mechanisms. To provide solutions for these abnormal terminations, we have to go for what their exception handling mechanisms. Sir, got it or not? Now here, what is the point I'm telling there? In exception handling mechanisms, Java is very good. To provide exception handling mechanisms for Java applications, Java has very good mechanisms. How Java has very good mechanisms here? How it is able to handle the exceptions in effective way, in an effective way? I'm telling to you, No other programming language is having this type of exception handling what Java had already. What Java has already, no other programming language is having this type of exception handling. In a point of exception handling, Java is too good. Java is a super. But how it is available, how it is possible about this exception handling in the case of Java? If you think about it, I'm giving clarity, try to understand it clearly. Java has a very good exception handling mechanisms to handle the exceptions. Why? Because what is the reason for it? No, Java has provided a very good predefined library to represent and handle almost all the exceptions which are coming, frequently in Java applications. Java has a very good exception handling mechanisms to handle the exceptions. Why? Because Java has provided a very good predefined library. Predefined library in the sense predefined classes and predefined interfaces and all. Predefined library to represent and handle almost all the exceptions which are coming frequently. I can give one more note, try to understand it clearly. What is that note here I'm telling there? Note here, I'm telling to you, observe carefully. Java has provided a way to define and handle our own exceptions also, along with the predefined exceptions. Got my point here? For example, Java has provided some hundreds of predefined exceptions it has provided. Still, they are not sufficient. As per my requirement, I need one separate exception. Already Java had a strong layer of exceptions, strong predefined library for exceptions. In our application, still that strong layer of exceptions are not sufficient. Then Java has given a path for us. You can define exceptions in our own way. You can handle that exceptions in our own way. Even in that corner also, Java has given environment. You can define your own exceptions. You can handle your own exceptions effectively as per your requirement. Understand it? How Java is providing environment to handle the exceptions. If Java has given this option there, then we can handle any type of exception or not. Then Java is able to handle any type of exception or not. So because of that reason, we can say that Java has a very good exception handling mechanisms. Now tell me, if any programming language has very good memory management system and very good exception handling mechanisms, obviously that programming language is what programming language? No, robust programming language. So please remember this. In the future, I'm going to ask this question number of times. Java is a robust programming language or not? There we have to give the information is what there. Yes, Java is a robust programming language because of two reasons: because of very good memory management system, because of very good exception handling mechanisms. I will ask the same question in exception handling topic. I'll ask the same question in JVM architecture, where memory management I'm going to talk. There we have to give the answer clearly. Fine, sir. Leave this point here. After this, after completion of this, then what next one here? Next one is very simple. Observe carefully, all of you know. Next one is very simple. Dynamic programming language. I think you already aware about it. What is the meaning of dynamic programming language? No need to have any specific content here. Just you already aware about it. Dynamic programming language. Understand this point clearly. What is the meaning of dynamic programming language? Observe carefully. You know already Java is a dynamic programming language. Why? Because Java allows to represent data Right, sir. Java allows to represent data, or else maybe Java allows dynamic memory management, dynamic memory allocation. Java allows dynamic memory allocation. That is that is the memory. That is the memory. Right, sir. Java allows dynamic memory allocation. That means what is the meaning of it now? In Java applications, memory will be allocated for the data at what time, you know, at a runtime. All of you get my point or not? So Java is a dynamic programming language. Why? Because Java allows dynamic memory allocation. So in Java applications, memory will be allocated for the data at a runtime. Because of this reason, Java is what there? A dynamic programming language. Once a memory is allocated at runtime, associated to this memory allocation, so many activities are going to be performed at runtime. I'll get my point on it. So once a memory is allocated, along with that memory allocation, so many operations are going on at runtime only. So due to this reason, we can conclude Java is what there? A dynamic programming language. Next one is, let's move on to the secure. Right, sir. Observe carefully. Here also I am telling to you, Java is a secure programming language. Java is a secure programming language. Why? Because points wise I'm telling there, observe carefully. Java is providing security at 3 levels. Java is providing security at 3 levels. Number one, Java is providing a very good implicit security. Java is providing a very good implicit security by having the component like a security manager inside the JVM. Point number one, I'm telling to you, observe carefully. Just 1 minute. Right, sir. Now, what's the point here I'm telling there? If you open JVM, 5 or 6 main components are available. What are these 5 or 6 main components inside the JVM now? First one is class loader. Class loader. Next one is interpreter, JIT compiler, just in-time compiler, garbage collector. Next one is similarly security manager. What next one? You know, security manager. This is security manager inside the JVM is providing implicit security for our Java applications. This security manager uses internally bytecode verifier. There is a component, bytecode verifier. Whatever the bytecode here we are executing there, it will verify this bytecode is proper bytecode or not. It will check that bytecode formats are good or not. Any misformations are available or not, which is generated by right compilers or not. That everything could be checked internally. So then it is called as what there? Implicit security. That implicit security is provided by security manager inside the JVM. So in the point of implicit security, Java is very good. Understand it clearly? In the point of implicit security, Java is very good. Okay, fine. Leave this one. After this, after completion of this, observe carefully. Java is providing a very good web security. Java is providing a very good web security. by having a middleware service, JA is middleware service JAS. What is this JAS actually? Java authentication, and authorization service. Java authentication and authorization service. Now coming to this point here, Java is providing a very good web security by having a middleware service JAS. Understand it? What is the meaning of this JAS actually? What is this web security? First of all, what is the meaning of web security? Understand this point now. Web security, in a sense, security for web applications. Web applications are what they? Our internet applications. Best example I'm telling them. All of you are having Facebook, right? Facebook accounts or Gmail accounts. If you want to open Facebook, when we type www.facebook.com, immediately what we are getting there, Facebook login page we are getting or not? In the Facebook login page, we have to enter username and password. When we enter username and password there, when we click on login button, automatically that username and password will be checked in the credentials part. If that username and password is valid, your Facebook home page will come to you. If username and password is invalid, same login page will come. In the same login page there, we are able to get the message like what there, incorrect username and password we are able to get. What we are able to get there, incorrect username and password values here we are able to get. This is exactly the authentication process here we can understand. This process is called as what there, authentication. Next one is authorization. What's the meaning of it now? Say for example, if you take Amazon.com for example, for Amazon.com, administrators are available. For example, some administrators are available. See what this Amazon.com is providing is an application, e-commerce application. Some sellers are going to sell their products through this platform. Some purchasers can purchase the items through this particular platform. It's an interface in between seller and the purchaser. I get my point or not? So sellers are going to sell their items, purchasers are going to take that item. There some interface is required. That interface is what there? Amazon.com, Flipkart.com, all. So all of you are getting it or not? So here now observe carefully. Amazon.com has given an option for a particular seller. Say for example, that seller is what there. So who are the seller now? Say for example, Reebok shoe company is a seller. They had a commitment with the Amazon.com. They want to sell their products through Amazon.com. Then immediately Amazon.com has given admin rights to whom they that what there, the respective Reebok showroom people there. No, there one administrator is available. What that administrator is going to do when new stock is coming to the respective Reebok shows, they have to add the information about their products information to the website. This person is nothing but administrator. But when he is trying to enter that item to the Amazon.com, he has to be verified or not. If I want to add an item to the Amazon.com, it has to verify whether me is the right person or not. Similarly, there also one person is trying to add an item to the Amazon.com, that person must be verified or not. How that person is going to be verified here now? Whether this person is an administrator or not. Already was a user of might be Amazon.com. That person is already user of Amazon.com. But when he's trying to add an item to the Amazon.com, he should be the right person or not. He should be the administrator or not. That process again will be checked or not. So this checking is nothing but what there, authorization. This process is called as what there, authorization. Previous one is what there, authentication. Now it is what there, authorization. Simple example is, observe carefully. For example, in our engineering colleges or maybe some MCA colleges where you studied, if you want to enter into your college premises, you are not even situation. My situation I'm telling there. When I was in my MTech, JNTU Hyderabad, when I want to enter into the MTech campus, my JNTU campus there, where security post is there at the very startup of the gate, security person is standing there. When I'm trying to enter into the college there, is asking to me, show your ID card. I have to show my ID card. JNTU as a student, my ID card I have to show there. That is called as an authentication, entry level checkup. That is other authentication. Okay, fine. That is completed. Then immediately, what is my role there? As a student, I have to go to the classroom. I have to sit in the classroom. That's okay. No further verification for it. That's a default thing for me. Default right for me. But my requirement is what? I want to go to the principal chamber. Then I want to talk with my principal. My requirement is I want to go to the principal chamber. There I want to talk with my principal. Is it possible for me directly to go into the principal chamber to talk with the principal directly? No. Then what I have to do? I have to take an appointment. I have to take what there? An appointment. Maybe before one day, there is an office for principal. Principal chamber office is there. There might be a clerk is available. If I go there, if I ask to him, I want to meet with my principal, then he has to give a time slot for me with a letter. With a letter, he has to give some time slot with the cause. Okay, I have to take it tomorrow evening 5 o'clock after the college. If the time slot is assigned for me, then what I have to do? At tomorrow 5 o'clock, I have to go there. There I have to show my slip. When I show my slip there, they will check it whether me is the right person or not to enter into the chamber. After checking that only, I'm able to enter into what their principal chamber. But I was already passed at the gate security or not. That is, I was already authenticated, but not authorized. Now authorization is checked here to enter into the principal chamber. So this inner checkup, internal checkup to enter into the principal chamber, that is called as like what their authorization. So in web applications, the total security is going on with authentication and authorization. In web application security, in the sense what there? Authentication and authorization. This authentication and authorization both are provided by Java in the form of a separate service, in the form of a middleware service. That middleware service is what there? JAWS, Java Authentication and Authorization. Because of the Java authentication and authorization only, Java is providing very good web security. Two levels of security I discussed here. One is implicit security, second one is what there? Web security. In both the locations, Java is very good. So due to that reason, Java is what there? A secure programming language. Sir, all of you are following my points clearly? All of you are getting clarity on this, no? All right, sir. Next one is after this, point number 3. Observe carefully. Java is providing a very good network security. Java is providing a very good network security by having predefined implementations to the network security algorithms. By having network security algorithms. Now coming to this point, last point about this security, understand this clearly. Java is providing a very good network security by having predefined implementations to the network security algorithm. First of all, what is this network security? What is the meaning of this network security? Say for example, I want to do some internet banking. I think all of you are aware about it, internet banking. So my requirement is what? I want to transfer 10,000 rupees from my account to my friend account. Through internet banking, I want to do that. My account is in ICICI, my friend's account is in HDFC. So what I have to do first of all? First of all, I have to open my browser, www.icicibank.com, that I have to open. If I open this icicibank.com there, or maybe icci.com, ICICI Bank home page here we are able to get, where it is asking about, I may click on internet banking. Answer my point here. Or else maybe with ICICI Bank might be website, username and password I created. I entered into that website. After that, there is an option like what there, internet banking. When I click on internet banking, again it is asking username and password. I have to enter my internet banking username and password. Website username password is different. Internet banking username password is different. I have to go with what there, internet banking username and password. Observe carefully. Where I provided username and password, then it is showing some type of menu items. What items here it wants to do there? Transfer funds or something else, different options here. In general, I may click on what there, transfer funds. When I click on transfer funds, observe carefully. When I click on transfer funds, automatically a form will be open to provide our details. My target account details here I'm going to provide. Understand my point here? I have one or two accounts with ICICI. I may select my source account. I may provide that HDFC bank account details now. I may click on like what the transfer button. When I click on transfer button, what's going to be happen? That transaction is going to be performed successfully. Then I'm able to get some acknowledgement like what? Transaction successful like this. Then immediately I'm able to check my balance account information also. Then it's okay. The transaction was done. That's everything is cool. Then finally I will close my entire process. I will shut down my system. That's it. This is a process here. But here, what is the network security? In this entire bank application, in this entire process, where is that network security is required? Where is that network security? Come again, the same process. Now I will explain with security. When I open that ICICIbank.com, it's asking about website username and password. Okay, forget, no problem. I entered it. Website will check that. Next one is when I click on internet banking link, again it is asking internet banking username and password. Hold here. When I enter my internet bank username and password, I provided that username and password in my local system, but that internet banking username and password must be checked at ICICI server side application. ICICI server side application. There is an application at server side, ICICI bank application, that it has to check my credentials. If it is a case now, when I click on login button, my username and password must be travel in the network or not? My username and password must travel in the network or not? When it is traveling in the network, automatically my data has to be transferred to the network, to the server side application, where it has to get the data. It has to check data is valid or not. If the data is valid, it has to send a home page to me about this my internet banking application. But first of all, my username and password must be transferred through the network or not. When my username and password is traveling in the network, when my username and password is traveling in the network, maybe somebody else may take my data from the network. Somebody else may take my data in the network from the network. They're able to use my account details. They may enter into my account and they may do their own transactions with my account. Sir, are you getting my point or not? So exactly in this particular situation, what I'm telling there, when my data is transferring in the network, the data must be provided with the security. The data has to be transferred through the network with the security. How we are going to provide security for the data which is transferring in the network? To provide security for the data which is traveling in the network, for that purpose, we have to use encryption mechanisms. What mechanisms there? No, encryption mechanisms. When I'm going to click on login button, when username and password is ready to transfer in the network, the data must be encrypted. Encrypted in the sense unknown symbols, different form, different format. That unknown symbols are in that unknown symbols in the different format. The data is going to be converted. That converted data, that encrypted data will be transferred in the network. When this encrypted data is transferring in the network, even though somebody else has taken my data, what they can understand? They have to decrypt or not? But where they can decrypt? If you want to decrypt the data, first you have to know what is that encrypted mechanism. Then only we can decrypt the data. But they're unable to decrypt the data. Even though they had my data, what they're able to do use? They're unable to use the data. Am I right or not? Only ICICI Bank server side application knows about the decryption mechanism for this encryption mechanism. So when this encrypted data is reached to the ICSA server-side application, it will decrypt the data, it will check the data. Okay, if it is proper, then the entire home page of that website will come to the respective client. So when data is transferred, the data must be encrypted or not? All right, sir. Then one more point here I'm telling to you. Observe carefully. One more point. Now try to understand it clearly. Understand this point here. One more thing now. Observe carefully. Okay, fine. Authentication is completed. Username and password is okay. Then I may go for transfer funds option. When I click on transfer funds option, there automatically some transfer form will come or not. Inside this, I have to enter my target, my friend account details I have to provide, where some amount I have to specify, that all the details I have to specify or not. Even that details are also be secure data or not. When the data is transferring over the network, again the data has to be secured or not. Again the data must require encryption. Again the data must require what there decryption or not. Try to recognize the point here what I'm telling you. So here also we have to provide encryption and decryption mechanisms. So what are the various encryption and decryption mechanisms that we are having in general? What are the various encryption and decryption mechanisms here we are having in general? So many algorithms are available. Now that security, network security area is a strong area. Is always R&D work is going on for that. Answer my point here now. As per our academics, we are already aware about some algorithms like a bluefish algorithm, RSA algorithm, shared key algorithm, public key algorithm, digital signatures. Yes, sir. All of you are getting it or not? So these many algorithms are available. When these many algorithms are available, if you may use either of these algorithms. Answer my point here now. So to use these algorithms, first of all, these algorithms must be implemented in the form of programmatic or not. So where Java has provided some of the predefined implementations for the network security algorithms. There Java has provided some predefined implementations for the network security algorithms. By using that predefined implementations of this network security algorithms, by providing this network security algorithms implementations, Java had very good network security. Java is having strong network security. Because of overall these three security levels, these three security mechanisms, we can conclude that Java is what there a secure programming language. Yes, sir. All of you are following my point or not? Now tell me, Java is a secure programming language. Why? Because of three reasons. What are the three reasons here? Now tell me. No. First one is what there Java is providing a very good implicit security by having the component like security manager inside the JVM. Java is providing very good web security by having a middleware service like JAS, right? The Java authentication and authorization service. Java is providing a very good network security by having predefined implementations to the network security algorithms as part of its security module. So because of these reasons, we can conclude that Java is what there a secure programming language. Yes, sir. All of you getting it or not? Okay, fine. Next one is after this, another content is like what there multi-threaded. See, then once again I'm asking to you, all of you are okay? All of you are comfortable with this content? No? All of you are understanding it? No? See, of course, even though it's a programming language, on day one or day two, I'm not going to start programming immediately. First of all, we need to have proper idea. What is Java? Why we are coming to Java? What Java is good? Where Java is good? This type of environment we have to understand. After that, I will start programming. Once if we complete this introductory content there, the next topic is what there steps to prepare first Java program. In the steps to prepare first Java program, I will discuss with you how to download Java software from internet, how to install in our system. After installation of the Java software, what setups we have to provide in our system. Understand my point clearly? After providing the setups in our system there, how to install editor and IDE, and how to work with, how to write program. To write program minimum what is required. After understanding this, how to compile program. If I compile program, what is going on internally? If I execute program, what is going on internally? That everything we are going to understand clearly. Think of it, even for introduction, I would spend this much of time there. Then how much time I'm going to spend for programming there? Think of it, no? Definitely we'll see that very good environment for programming here. But first of all, we need to have a strong foundation. So somebody else will come to you, or else maybe you may go to some occasion. Your parents may introduce you to somebody else. Then that other person will ask you what you are doing at present. You may reply then, I'm learning Java. Where you are learning Java? Of course at Durgasoft, leave it. What do you know about Java? If it is a question, no. There at least you have to open your mouth, there we have to give some information. I know Java something. What something? Java features. How many features are there? 12 number of features. If I start giving explanation there, it may take nearly 1 hour to 1.5 hour time. That continuously we are able to speak. Understand my point here? On that occasion, nobody will provide laptop to you. Nobody will ask you write a program for it. There casually they'll ask you what you know about Java. There we have to speak out that Java. That information I'm providing continuously. Moreover, it is a basic platform. Basic, that means what is Java? In the sense, what we have to know, what we have to say, that information I'm telling there. Once you are getting this clarity, then we can start programming. See, once again, I'm telling there, programming is dead simple. Forget about it. How to write programs, I will take care about it now. How to improve your programming skills, I will take care about it. Even every day, every minute, I'm thinking about it. How to improve programming skills to the students, how to make the students to do program. Every minute I will think about it. Definitely will get very good environment for programming. But my intention is not only for programs and their explanation. My intention is what there, you should be strong in this particular subject. If you want to be strong in this particular subject, only programming is not sufficient. That theory, that internal concepts you have to know. With the internal concepts, programs, if you know, then only you should be strong in the programming part. Understand my point? It's like mathematics. It's like what there? Mathematics. What is going on inside the mathematics? Without aware about the formulas, without aware about the shortcuts, if you do mathematics, it's somewhat difficult. If you know formula, if you know the internals, it's very simple. Even in the mathematics also, two types of people are available. One is just remembering the formula and applying that formula. They're able to complete the calculations. But other people are available. What other people are doing there? They knows about the formula, how that formula is coming, their internal derivation is also be aware by them. At the same time, how to apply this shortcut formula to the problem and how to get solution for that problem. They knows about it. Now here, my approach is what they, not first approach. My approach is the second approach. Internal derivations, how shortcut is coming, after understanding how shortcut is coming, how to apply it on problem, how to provide solution for that problem. This environment here I'm trying to provide. If you know this, at any location, even if you go to the PhD, you will not get any problem. But this approach is a temporary solution. And the temporary solution, in this instance only, we are able to survive. If any new tool is coming there, if any new technology is coming there, you will not migrate to that particular technology. But if you are in this area, you'll migrate to some other technology also. That environment here I'm trying to provide. Okay, it's a permanent solution. Maybe I may take a bit later, maybe complete my course a bit late, but it's a permanent solution. Why? Because the learning process is only one time. One time if you learn the total technology, you should not come back to any institute in the next 20 years of time. It's almost all your generation, almost all your throughout your life. One time if you learn technology, you should not think again and again for the technologies in outside. You should be in a position to improve your skills. You should be in a position to update yourself for any new technology. In that way, I'm trying to prepare the content. Okay, try to follow that. Everything we are able to understand effectively. Right, sir. Now move on to the content here. So next one is like what there, multi-threaded. What is the next one here? No, multi-threaded. So what is the meaning of this multi-threaded? Before understanding this multi-threaded, what is the meaning of a thread first of all? What is the meaning of a thread? All of you observe carefully. Thread is a flow of execution. Thread is what there? Flow of execution to perform a particular task. Thread is a flow of execution to perform a particular task. That's my point here. If you take a bank application, deposit is a task. The task is represented in the form of a code, some 100 lines of code. If you want to perform this task deposit, we have to execute this code or not? To execute this code, one flow of execution is required. That flow of execution is called as a thread. You get my point or not? Thread is a flow of execution to execute a particular program in order to perform a particular task. So that flow of execution is called as what there? A thread. Listen carefully. There are two thread models. There are two thread models: single thread model, multi-thread model. What is this single thread model? What is this multi-thread model? Single thread model allows only one thread to complete our entire application execution. But multi-thread model allows more than one thread to complete the application execution. Now tell me, which one is following sequential execution and which one is following parallel execution? Single thread model is following sequential execution, but multi-thread model is following what their parallel execution. Now tell me, where more execution time will be taken or where less execution time is going to be provided? In the case of sequential execution, more execution time. In the case of like what there? In the case of parallel execution, less execution time. Where more execution time is taken, performance will be less. Where less execution time is available, performance will be more. In the case of single thread model, less performance. In the case of multi-thread model, more performance. Come again, two models: single thread model, multi-thread model. Only one thread here, but here two threads. That means multiple threads. More execution time, less execution time. Less performance, more performance. Yes, sir. All of you are following or not? Now here I'm telling to you clearly, Java is what? Java is following which mechanism? If you think about it, Java is following multi-threaded model. Java is following what model there? Multi-thread model. It allows more than one thread at a time to execute or to perform the tasks. To perform the tasks. One simple example I'm telling to you, all of you observe carefully. For the performance and the task, one simple comparison I'm telling you, try to understand it now. For example, this is a classroom. We are sitting inside the classroom there. When I complete this class, then you have to leave from the classroom. Am I right or not? When you leave from the classroom, after maybe when we quit from the classroom there, our classroom in charges have to saturate all the chairs or not? Think of it. For example, here 500 chairs are available. Listen carefully. 500 chairs are available. Okay. Only one person is assigned to saturate all the chairs. That person will start from one corner. He will adjust all the chairs. Then he will complete the total task, adjusting all the chairs now. Say for example, how much time is taking there? Each chair for adjustment of each chair, it may take 1 unit of time. 500 chairs, how much time he has to take now? 500 units of time. Please recognize this. This is case 1. Case 2, I'm telling to you. For example, adjusting all the chairs, the task is assigned to the 5 members. 5 classroom in charges are coming. They came inside the class. 5 members parallelly, they are adjusting the chairs. When they are adjusting the chairs parallelly, all the 5 members are started their work from particular corner, from different corners. They started adjustment of the chairs. Now tell me, how much time they will take to complete this particular task? 500 chairs, 5 members, each person 100 chairs they can adjust now. Then within 100 units of time, that 500 chairs are going to be adjusted or not? But previous cases what there? One person, 500 units time, but here 5 members, 100 units of time. Then which one is good for the organization? Is it 100 units of time or 500 units of time now? 100 units of time. 100 units of time is required. That is more optimistic. Am I right or not? So there only performance will be good, but here performance is very less. Understand it clearly? So the same way, what is the point I'm telling there? Always multi-threaded environment, always multi-threaded programming is able to provide very good performance for our applications. Always multi-threaded environment is giving very good performance to our applications. So here the point here, what I'm telling there, multi-threaded environment here. What is the point I'm telling there? Java is following Java is following multi-thread model. Java is following what there? Multi-thread model. Why? Because Java allows to create and execute more than one thread at a time. Java allows to create and execute more than one thread at a time. Because of that reason, Java is following what there? Multi-threaded environment. Sir, all of you get my point or not? Multi-threaded environment. When multi-thread environment is available, automatically performance will be more or not? Definitely that performance is also like what there? More performance care we are able to get. So that is the meaning of like what there? Multi-threaded model. Do this one. All right, sir. Next one is what? After this, distributed programming language. Yeah, definitely. Observe carefully. If you attend my very first class, I given the types of programming languages. There I given types of applications. Standalone applications and distributed applications I have given. Anyway, once again, understand it clearly. We are able to prepare two types of applications in general. One is a standalone application, another one is a distributed application. If we prepare and execute any application without a client server architecture, without the client server architecture, if we prepare and execute any application, then that application is called a standalone application. On the basis of client server architecture, if we prepare any application by using client server architecture, if we prepare any application, then that application is what their distributed application. Nowadays in outside market, almost all every application is a distributed application only. Nowadays in outside, every application is what their distributed application only. 95% of the applications are what? Distributed applications only. Only 5% of the applications are what their standalone applications. Answer my point, what I'm telling you now. Okay, now Java has provided a separate module to prepare distributed applications. Then that module is what there? J2EE. What is it actually? J2EE. What is the J2EE? Java 2 Enterprise Edition, J2EE. So because of that reason, we can conclude that Java is a distributed programming language. Nowadays, maybe in outside, only 5% of the applications are standalone, remaining 95% of the applications are distributed. Then the scope for distributed applications is more. Then we can understand it. Java is meant for distributed applications only. So Java is what there? A distributed programming language. Right, sir. Now understand this point clearly. Java is a distributed programming language. Why? Because Java has provided a separate module. Java has provided a separate module to prepare distributed applications. Java has a separate module in the form of J2EE to prepare distributed applications. Because of this particular reason, we can understand it what there. Java is a distributed programming language. Right, sir. Now leave this one. Another point here, what we are able to understand it, interpretive programming language. What is the next one here? No, interpretive programming language. All of you observe carefully the meaning of interpretive programming language. I'm telling to you. Java is both compilative and interpretive. Not only interpretive, please remember this, it's both compilative and what their interpretive programming language. Why? Because what is the reason for it? Observe carefully. Why? Because point number one, Java applications required compilation to convert source code to the byte code. That means high level representation to low level representation, and to check the developers mistakes in the program. To check developers mistakes in the program. This is called as like what there. This is the meaning of like what there, compilative programming language. Java applications require compilation to convert source code to bytecode and to check the developer's mistakes in the programs. Point number one. Point number two. Okay, compilation is success. With this compilation, are we completed any execution part? With only compilation, are we executed program? With only compilation, no. After compilation, we have to go for a process of execution or not. We need to go for a separate process for execution or not. So JVM will execute our program. Am I right or not? Who is executing Java program now? JVM is executing Java program. I'm asking one more point. Inside the JVM, who is executing our Java program? Inside the JVM, who is executing our Java program? An interpreter is executing Java program. Inside the JVM, who is executing our Java program? No, an interpreter is executing Java program. So interpreter is required or not? So because of that reason, we can call it as what there? An interpretive programming language. Because of this reason, we can understand it is what there? An interpretive programming language. Right, sir? All of you understand it clearly? To execute Java applications, or else maybe Java applications required an interpreter to execute Java programs required an interpreter to execute the Java applications. An interpreter inside the JVM to execute Java application. Because of these reasons, we can conclude that Java is like what there? An interpretive programming language. Not only compilative, but also interpretive. Java is both compilative and interpretive. To convert the source code to the bytecode to check developers' mistakes, we need compilation. Next one is what? To execute Java program, we require JVM. Inside the JVM, we need what there? An interpreter. So Java is what there? An interpretive programming language. That point is okay, fine. Next, one more point here. What about this one here? How Java is a high performance programming language? No other specific reason. Answer is very simple. Because of these many features of the Java. Due to the features of the Java like multi-threaded, dynamic, robust, portable. Because of this type of features only, we can conclude that Java is what there? High performance programming language. No specific reason for it. Because of these rich set of features only, Java is what there? High performance programming language. Java is a high performance programming language. Java is a high performance programming language due to its rich set of features like we can understand robust, multi-threaded. Next one is a dynamic, portable, and so on and so on and so on. So these are like what they're very good features. These features are able to improve the performance of the Java applications. Right. So now this is the total scenario, the total content here. We can understand about like what they're Java features. Overall, I think 11 to 12 number of features are available. All these 11 to 12 number of features here, we are giving clarity. Is that all of you are getting it or not? That's okay now. So next one, after completion of this total content here, another thing is like what there, Java naming conventions. Java, what there? Naming conventions. Okay. Can I discuss this topic on tomorrow? Anyway, time is also somewhat less. Then it may not be sufficient to complete this topic. In the middle, we have to stop it. Can I discuss this topic on tomorrow? Right, sir. Tomorrow, maybe almost around 5 to 7 minutes are remaining there. So, okay, no problem. Then tomorrow we'll continue the point here. Yeah, as I said to you, number of days onwards there might be free. I want to take your class at 10 o'clock now. Very soon. Maybe very soon in the sense that exact date still I'm not providing to you. Maybe approximately I'm thinking about it in the next week. Throughout this week, we have to attend in this only one slot only in the next week. Next week, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday, maybe on these 3 days. No, I'm going to take your classes at 10 o'clock also. but a few classes I'm going to continue up to the completion of these concepts. I will take at 8:30 to 10, 5 to 10 minutes break I will provide. Then immediately I'll start what there 10 to 11:30 classes. So these classes I'm going to take up to some days of time. Okay, even after starting 10 o'clock class also, some days we have to attend at 8:30 to 10. After that, as usual, now 10 to 11:30 we have to attend there. Only few days of time, that 8:30 to 10 o'clock classes I'm going to continue. Once the required point is coming there, I'll stop the class at 8:30 to 10. Continuously, I'm going to take your class at what time here? 10 to 11:30 only. Okay. Already I given this information to you. Try to recognize this clearly. That's it. So that's all, sir. That's all for today. Then tomorrow we'll see. Tomorrow we'll see the remaining content here. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Guys, those who are attending in online, please, link is going to be changed there. Try to register for the courses now. Maybe tomorrow or day of tomorrow, private link will come there, right? Might be few days back itself, we have to change the link, but still some students are requested to us. That's why we maintained it. Maximum two tomorrow or day of tomorrow, link is going to be changed. Try to register immediately. Yeah, private link will come. The link is going to be changed within maybe tomorrow or day of tomorrow. No guarantee for the same link and tomorrow, but try to register for the courses now. Thank you guys. Thanks a lot. Yeah, those who register for the course there, you will get you will get new link details as an email. Through that we can attend for it. If you are not receiving that email, just you can use this link only. But max, if our admin people have changed this link now, definitely you will get a mail with the new link. So through that we can access it. Thank you. Thanks a lot.